Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Payoff Pitch. My name is Joey Olberding, and I will be your host for all things sports. So today, on this Wednesday, May the 30th, something is going on, and it will start tomorrow on the 31st. Yes, it's the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen, and it's weird to think about. Last year here, I was talking about the NBA Finals too, between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm having deja vu or something, because it feels like it's the Warriors and the Cavs again, and it almost feels like it was that the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that. It's almost like they've been to the finals 4 straight times. But, I'm excited, because this time, I feel like everybody has a strong opinion on who's going to win. I feel like everybody says, okay, the Warriors are going to win this, they have way more LeBron's carrying. Or they're going to say, LeBron has, all the momentum, LeBron by himself can win the finals. I mean, he's gone to the finals before, and now he has a better cast of characters with him, with Kyle Korver, Kevin Love, George Hill, Jeff Green, Rodney Hood, just to name a few. So he has a better chance. So today, I will be discussing what I think will happen in the NBA Finals and why I think that. And, much like most of the other sports reporters, I agree that the Golden State Warriors will win. But why? Why do I think that the Golden State Warriors will win again? Well, I think it all does come down to the fact that LeBron is carrying the team again. I mean, it just comes down to the fact that Kevin Love had a concussion and he's obviously being rushed back, like any doctor would want when you're playing in the NBA Finals. That's just something that almost would seem natural to team doctors, to bring a player to rush them back for, the biggest series of their lives, potentially. And the other players around them aren't as great. Of course, when the Cavs won their title in 2016, they had Kyrie Irving, and he was a major spark plug for them. And now they didn't have him anymore. Isaiah Thomas was supposed to kind of be that guy, but obviously that didn't work out, and now he's on the Lakers. And the Lakers didn't exactly make the playoffs or anything. And the person they have around them is kind of George Hill, who's a fine defensive player, but his offense is kind of lacking in the fact that it's average. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just not superstar like Isaiah Thomas or, Kyrie Irving. Definitely not close to any of those players. And really, all the players around them have kind of been lacking in this postseason. The guy I would say has been doing the best, aside from LeBron James, has been either Kevin Love, once again with a concussion, or Jeff Green, who's been surprisingly good, but he's still a good player. I mean, he's no Steph Curry, he's no Draymond Green, he's no Klay Thompson, he's no Kevin Durant. He's none of those players, but he's been solid for them. But players like J.R. Smith, Larry Nance, Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, they've been inconsistent at best. I mean, J.R. Smith in the last game against the Celtics, the series with the Celtics, I should say, he only made his last two threes on the final game, which that is the biggest stage for you to start heating up. But in the rest of the 6 games, he made not 1 3. And if there's one thing J.R. Smith does, is he shoots threes until it works. So in other words, he had a terrible series. But his playoffs so far have been alright. But just based on that series alone, you can't be too optimistic about his chances in the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors. Now on the Warriors side, of course the Warriors have all the weapons. They have KD, they have Steph Curry, they have Draymond Green, they have Klay Thompson. They have all the players. They have Swaggy P, they have Nick Young. They have everybody. And that's why I think that they will be able to come out on top. They just have the sheer numbers. They have the consistency. That's what they've had ever since they kind of got those big 3 in Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green before KD was there. That's where they've shown how great they are. Back when they had Andrew Bogut and David Lee, even then they were still a consistent team. Even still, they'd be able to beat these Cavs. And I think that in general, you can look at that based on just, the stats that all these players have and all these teams have. I mean, you look at the Cavs. You look at the 6 best players on the Cavs, or the 6 players who have done the most. You have LeBron. He's averaging 41.3 minutes a game, almost the entire game. 9.2 rebounds, 8.8 assists, 34 points a game, and he has an 8.37 WAR. He is obviously doing everything for the Cavs. Really, he's on the floor the entire time, and he's their major spark plug, and they can't do anything without him. And look at the next guy, Kevin Love. He's averaging all right. He has 31 minutes. He's averaging 10 rebounds. That's pretty good. But he has a negative WAR of negative 0.27, which is average. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it just shows how Kevin Love has been an average player this postseason. And he hasn't been anything great or anything terrible. And the same goes for J.R. Smith, 0.27 WAR, Tristan Thompson, 0.54 WAR, Jeff Green, 0.27 WAR, and George Hill, 0.54 WAR. All of them have been average. All of them have not been great, not been terrible. They're exactly replacement level. They're not amazing. Even Kevin Love, even Tristan Thompson, even Jeff Green, who I said was having a pretty good postseason, not been great. While you look at the Warriors, you have Steph Curry. He's obviously doing great. He's averaging 25 points a game. He has a 2.43 WAR. That's respectable. That's good. You have Durant, 3.24 WAR, also respectable. You have Clay, 1.35 WAR, also respectable. Draymond Green, 4 WAR, 4 on the WAR, and that's good. And Iguodala, who might not be back for a while. But Kevin Love is also kind of questionable with that whole concussion, who's averaging a 1.62 WAR. So you just look at the best players on the floor for both of these teams, and you see that the Warriors in general kind of have the better players around them. And that's no shock to anybody, I don't think. But what the Cavs have is LeBron James. And LeBron James offers what no other player can. Literally your entire team. I mean, he's done it before. He did it in 2007. You can even make the argument that he did it with the Heat. Even though Chris Bosh and, D. Wade and Ray Allen kind of help with that. LeBron James, for every team he's been on in the past 8 finals that he's gone to, 8 straight years, he has been the enforcer. There's never been a time where LeBron was the secondary player to another teammate. And that's what prompted Kyrie Irving to leave. And that's also what prompted Isaiah Thomas to be pretty mad and not want to, play for LeBron. And that's why he got kicked out, and that's why Kyrie did too. Because of that, you see that this team that surrounds LeBron James is full of people who aren't that great, but who are willing to do that. Kevin Love is a good player. Kevin Love's a fine player. He's been an all-star 4 times in his career. And in general, he's just a good player, very good player. But he's not that amazing. But he's a good secondary guy. J.R. Smith, he shoots threes. What else can you say? Same with Kyle Korver. Tristan Thompson, he's been for with the Cavs forever. And, he might leave. It's a very big possibility that Tristan Thompson might leave to get a bigger contract whenever that comes around. Jeff Green, all right. George Hill, traded at the deadline. And in general, that's kind of how it works. Ty Lue isn't a great coach. Steve Kerr is. That's why you have Steph Curry, KD, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Iguodala, David West, Nick Young, all these players on the same team that are all solid. They all play different roles, and they're all willing to take less money, as Klay Thompson said, to be able to win. Klay Thompson said that, he doesn't need more money because he's already in the best place and has the highest chance to win as is, which is true. So, would you rather take a bigger contract or would you rather win? That's kind of a question that the Warriors face. But the Warriors do get to win in this postseason, from what I think. And that's why I say that, they probably won't focus on the money. They'll still get big contracts, but the Cats are different. With the fact that, they might not win no matter what. They do have LeBron, but LeBron might leave. And that's kind of been a question that surrounded this entire offseason. Am I personally convinced that LeBron will leave Cleveland? I don't think so after last time that happened, where Miami didn't exactly work out that well for LeBron himself. That is still quite the good question, and the fact that, if LeBron does leave, how will the Cavs' future be shaped? Will Tristan Thompson stay? Will any players stay? Who will stay? Who will they have to sign? Will they sign Zach Randolph? Will they sign Vince Carter? If that does happen, then it'll be just like 2011 for the Cavs all over again. They'll have to get a top prospect, and they'll have to build on from there. and then you'll see 37-year-old LeBron James coming back to Cleveland for one last ride. We'll see how that works out. If that does work out, it won't, probably. But that's kind of a fun thing to think about. In any case, the Warriors will probably win in 5 games, from what I think. I think it'll be much like the Cavs facing the Celtics just a few days ago, in which the Celtics routed the Cavs in the first game. It'll be the Warriors routing the Cavs. The Celtics beat them by 25. I think it'll be about the same amount. Then in Game 2, LeBron will try to answer back. He'll score like 45. He'll get like 12 assists. He'll get 12 rebounds. He'll have a crazy night, and they'll win Game 2. And then the Warriors will respond like, okay, you've had your fun. And then, just dominate them the entire rest of the game. And that's how they'll win in 5. And it'll be easy. And then everybody will stay for the Warriors, and then they'll do it again next year. Unless something happens, which it might. You never know. And with that, I think that'll conclude it for this week's edition of the Payoff Pitch. Make sure to follow us on TuneIn Radio, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at SoCo Club. And for me, Joey Olberding, I hope that you stay tuned to 95.7 MRC for more Payoff Pitch and so much more.